What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know every time I put up a new video and or a live stream. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we're not necessarily talking about the Toyota Tundra. We are talking about the highly anticipated release of the 2023 Toyota Sequoia. Now that matters with the Tundra because, as you know, the Sequoia has kind of been a cousin of the Tundra since the very beginning. We know the current gen Sequoia has a lot of the characteristics of the 07 to 13 Tundra. It has the front end look. The interior is almost identical to the 07 to 13 Tundra. So everyone has been waiting for that next generation Sequoia. I have a lot of questions for you on this one. The first one in the comments I want to hear. Do you believe there is still a market for something like a Sequoia? A large SUV for a big family, kind of like a Chevy Tahoe, Dodge Durango. Do you feel like there's still a market for stuff like that? Now, we don't have a lot of answers on what's coming. I'm going to show you a couple teasers Toyota came out with, and then it's a guessing game. Will we see the Tundra engine choices in this next generation Sequoia? I would say probably. Will it look like the Toyota Tundra of the 2022 generation going forward, or will they go a different direction? We're going to talk about that as well. But let's start with what we've seen from Toyota so far. So check this out. On their Twitter and their other social medias, they released a tweet the other day, I believe it was 2 days ago, and this is the picture that they came out with, which it's showing, looks like a red SUV, the rear end of it and the taillight. So good news, the taillight doesn't look anything like the Tundra, so it might be something a little bit different. I'm very much looking forward to this because, I don't know, the Sequoia is always something that has been, it always had my interest for a while. I think the large SUVs are cool, but again, we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's just see what Toyota has done first. And under that picture they wrote, a reputation that stands the test of time, something big is coming soon. Now that was the other day. Now this morning they released this picture. So a lot of people were guessing. They thought that might have been the next generation 4Runner, the new Highlander. There's a lot of different things people were saying, but yes, it did turn out to be a Sequoia, and that is confirmed as of this morning. As you will see, the big Sequoia splashed across the back of the truck. This picture was released from Toyota earlier today. And under that, they said, the next generation of Toyota's full-size SUV is coming. The all-new 2023 Sequoia is about to be unleashed. Tune in to the world premiere next Tuesday, January 25th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Stay up to speed with all the latest at toyota.com, all new Sequoia. So there we have it. There's going to be a full release next week, and obviously we will talk about the stuff that does come out with the Sequoia. But being we never really do talk about that vehicle on this channel, I've had a couple press vehicles in the past. I think they're really cool. I always said that's not a vehicle you just go out and buy. That's something you go out and buy because you need. You're not just going to buy that to go from point A to point B, you know, by yourself. You're going to buy this because you have a big family. It has always had the 5.7 liter V8 in it. This current generation they have now, that, you know, who knows if that's going to be going away. But, you know, from what we've seen from the Tundra, they got rid of the 5.7 V8 in that. I'm sure they're going to go the direction of the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, maybe a hybrid option, something like that. Maybe because the Sequoia, you know, it's a pretty expensive, again, full-size SUV. It might just be maybe the hybrid option. I don't know if there will be engine choices going forward. But as far as is there still a market for a large family SUV, I have two answers for that. Can't wait to hear what you guys say with your opinion on this. But number one, I say yes. I think there still is a market. There's families out there that want to travel. With everything going on, you know, high gas prices, all that kind of stuff, they're going to need good fuel mileage. So I think in the right setup, yes, absolutely, large family SUV would be awesome. There's going to be people who buy them. The numbers of the Sequoia sales, they're never extremely, you know, insane. They're not numbers like Tacoma and some of their other vehicles, but it's good that they have an option out there. Now, here's the other part of this equation. It's all going to be about putting the truck out there as far as advertising it. I've always felt like the Sequoia never really got much advertising. You know, you'd see it here or there, where they made a TRD Pro a few years ago of the Sequoia, which I always was like, well, I guess that's pretty interesting, but I don't think anyone will ever buy it because you're buying a Sequoia probably not to take a giant tank off-road. You're buying it because you want to take the family, you know, maybe on a trip. Maybe you have kids and you have, you know, soccer team, hockey, football. You know, there's a ton of room in the Sequoia. I could tell you that firsthand. It rides great. It is a big, heavy SUV. But yeah, it's going to be all about that fuel mileage. It's going to be all about that advertising. And I like the steps Toyota's already taking to the launch. They're going to make a big, world premiere kind of thing with it, which is good. It's not going to be something that just comes out. We're going to actually see, some specs with it. We're going to see hopefully a nice, all new Tundra kind of feel when it came out. It's going to be all about that advertising. Everybody knows what a Chevy Tahoe is. You see those commercials all the time. Everyone knows what a Dodge Durango is. You see those commercials all the time. If they want to sell a good amount of Sequoias, people need to know that they're out there. And I'm not talking about the Toyota faithful or enthusiasts like you and me. I'm talking about the person who just knows they need a large SUV and maybe knows a little bit about the Toyota reputation, QDR and everything, about how Toyotas are very reliable. I didn't know they had a large SUV. I hear that a lot with a lot of things. So they need to do a lot of good advertising. They need to make the right choices with the engines. Fuel efficiency, like I said, is really going to matter going forward because we're going to go into that time period where everybody starts buying smaller vehicles for fuel mileage reasons. So, with the technology of today, with hybrid, eventually you're going to see full EV and everything like that. The time is now to do that, to get people into these vehicles. So we've covered advertising and we've covered, what they're going to need to actually sell some Sequoias as far as fuel efficiency, engine choices, and capability, stuff like that. My last one, I really hope the Sequoia kind of has its own DNA going forward. If you want to have a couple things that look like the Tundra here or there, I'm fine with it. But I feel like another big win for Toyota is if it doesn't look exactly like an SUV version of a Tundra. Make it its own thing. That would be nice. When they did the 07 to 13 look in the Sequoia of the current generation, it had the same engine, it had the same interior, pretty much, dash layout and everything like that. It wasn't a bad move, it just didn't have its own feel. I kind of like what Toyota did, I believe it was 2018, when they started to give Sequoia a few things here or there that was just Sequoia. The headlights changed, the grille changed a little bit, some of the interior features upgraded, and that was awesome. But I think now, going forward, with good advertising and some of the things people need out there for a big family, make the vehicle look like its own vehicle and not just a cousin of the Tundra. But we shall see. I have no answers for you as far as the stuff that may be coming out. All-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, who knows, engine choices, fuel efficiency. Those questions will be answered next week. This video is being made because I want to hear what you guys think about it. 90% of you that watch this, you're all Tundra owners and Tundra enthusiasts. The Sequoia has always been, like I said, that cousin to the Tundra. So how do you feel about the Sequoia? How do you feel about the market for large family SUVs? And what does the Sequoia need to be competitive in that market? Do you agree with me on some of the things I said? Do you have anything to add? I really can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. So until next time, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at TundraDude34, TundraDude34@gmail.com. Let me know, are you in the market for a Sequoia? And what would you like to see different? And what would you like to see the same? Take care.